Hello and welcome to St Andrews Wargaming for another Warhammer 40,000 battle report. Today we're playing an ITC mission where my Dark Angels Ravenwing will be taking on Khyl's Black Legion. Today we're going to be playing an ITC mission, ITC Mission 1, Seize Ground, and it's 2,000 points of Dark Angels, mostly consisting of Ravenwing, but a few other Dark Angels in there, facing off against the Black Legion and the big man himself, Abaddon. And today that's going to be commanded by Khyl. Say hello.
Hello.
So Khyl's first time in the channel, but not my first time playing Khyl. We've tussled a few times at the Spiky Club in Reading.
Yeah.
I hate to say, but I think we've played twice. I've come out on top twice, but
wiped the floor with me twice before.
We'll see how it goes today. You've got a good army, so we'll take you through the armies that we're going to be using today. Here's 2,000 points of Ravenwing, consisting of a battalion detachment and an outrider detachment. For the battalion detachment, I have Samael and a librarian on bike, going back to the index unit, and he will have aversion and mind wipe. In the battalion, I've got 2 units of 5 scouts with bolters and 2 units of 5 intercessors with bolt rifles. I would love to run mono Ravenwing in my army, but unfortunately that is not really an option at this point. You need the CP for the extra. Also in the battalion detachment, we will have the bikers with the flamer and the dark shroud, the smaller of the plasma gun units. I'd love to put them all in the outrider, but unfortunately I can't. So in my outrider, I have the Talon Master, who will also be my warlord. He will have the Heavenfall Blade and the Brilliant Strategist, which allows me to regain CP. This will also be the Vigilist detachment, the Ravenwing Attack Squadron, which will give me some nice stratagems to use, which I'll go over as we use them. So I also have in that detachment a Ravenwing Apothecary, 2 units of Black Knights, 2 land speeders with heavy bolters and assault cannons, and a unit of 4 bikers with 2 melter guns and a power fist, and a unit of 4 bikers with 2 plasma guns. A couple of the good stratagems there. One which, when I fire on a unit with Ravenwing and they are wounded, for 1 CP, every other Ravenwing unit that targets that gets +1 to hit. So that would be quite useful on the land speeders moving and on the plasma weaponry. It allows me to overcharge here and not kill myself, unless there's any other negatives to it. There's also quite a nice stratagem for 2 CP, which allows you to move a unit after it's attacked. Either, I'll need to double check, but it's either in the fight phase or the shooting phase. So if you're in combat, you can attack and then immediately fall back before your opponent gets a chance to strike you back. So that's quite a nice powerful ability. So I'll be starting with 8 CP. I would have 9 for my 2 detachments, but I'm spending 1 on the Ravenwing Attack Squadron from Vigilus. So that is the Dark Angels army. Quite a lot of Ravenwing, which I've not had on the table in a while because bikers aren't great this edition. But let's see what the new Shock Assault rules can do for me, if that helps out the Black Knights or the bikers in combat. Here's 2,000 points of Black Legion that Khyl's running today. Let's go through your army. Which detachments are you running today?
Alright, so I've got a battalion detachment, a spearhead and a supreme command detachment. Nicely done. And
so, we'll start with the big man himself leading the army.
Yes, he's in the battalion.
Got Abaddon.
We've got Abaddon. We've got a sorcerer in Terminator armour. Abaddon is the warlord, by the way. I actually have Council of Traitors, which is where you get 3 warlord traits.
Oh, that's always useful, yeah.
He's got a warlord trait. It's the one from the Shadowspear Demonkin book for the Psychers only. It's Warp Lord, so he actually re-rolls psychic test rolls of 1, which is really useful. And then Dark Apostle also has a warlord trait, which is Trusted War Leader. So whenever I spend a command point on a 5 up, I get it back. That's only when I spend it though. So for the rest of the battalion, we've got 1 unit of 30 cultists, 2 units of Chaos Space Marines. We've got 1 here with 8 bolters, a las cannon and a missile launcher, and then another unit with 7 bolters and a missile launcher in that one as well. And the Rhino at the back is also in the battalion. That has a Havoc launcher and a combi bolter as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, those cultists, that tide of traitors.
Yeah.
Quite nasty. I've been surprised by that a couple of times.
I will be trying to use it today.
So you either need to wipe them out entirely, which is difficult because, as you're saying, Abaddon gives them fearless.
Yeah.
In range. So what else have we got?
So for the spearhead, I have. Next up is the Supreme Command Detachment. So I have 2 Lord Discordants.
The Disco Lord. Which last time we played, I didn't find them that much of a challenge, but I was running Deathwatch.
Yeah.
I'm wounding you on a 2.
Yeah, I mean...
which I won't be doing this time, unfortunately.
If you've got only one of them, they're going to die straight away, because everyone's always going to shoot them. They really do wreck vehicles. I'm not sure how great they're going to be against your army, because you've got a lot of bikers, but probably only 3, 4 with the vehicle keyword there.
True.
So
but
they're good anyway.
My vehicles aren't tough, even though they're really not. I took them because they're annoying to kill, but maybe not for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get them in, it's potential for a turn 1 charge, because one of them are given the Mark of Khorne and a relic which is the Talisman of Burning Blood. So that allows you to reroll failed charge rolls and advance and charge as well. That's just for this guy here. The other one is just a base Lord Discordant though. And then I also have a Chain Lord here, which you've probably heard of before. It's in Vigilus Ablaze is a Black Legion relic. So I paid for another relic in that detachment. It replaces the Chainsword and it gives you 2 additional attacks. On a wound roll of a 6, it causes a mortal wound. So you can do some things with like Veterans of the Long War, so it's like 5s and things like that.
That's nice.
He gives the reroll 1s as well, as you'd expect with a normal Lord. And yeah, that's it for the Supreme Command Detachment. And then the Spearhead is just the Dark Apostles leading up that detachment as well. We've got 2 Dark Disciples. They add 1 to his prayers. You have to do that at the start of the battle round. The prayer that I've taken is Illusory Supplication. So that gives all Black Legion units within 6 inch a 5-up invulnerable save. So the cultists essentially 5-up invulnerable save. And then, we've got a Venom Crawler in the detachment. We have 3 Obliterators and a unit of Havocs back there. So in the Havocs we've got 1 Reaper Chain Cannon, 3 Heavy Bolters, and just the champion has just a bolter and a chainsword there. Didn't want to put too much into the Havocs with them being only 1 wound apiece. And it's always great to have 3 Obliterators coming down from Deep Strike, especially if you can get them near Abaddon for the rerolls. They are Mark of Slanesh for Endless Cacophony, obviously.
Of course.
Pretty much everything is Mark of Slanesh, bar the Chain Lord and the Lord Discordant, which will be Mark of Khorne. Abaddon has all of the Chaos marks as well, so you can do a lot with him. And that's it, really. I think that's it for the relics and the Warlord traits. Psychic powers, let me just double check which ones I've taken. So I've only got the Sorcerer and Terminator armour there. I've taken Delightful Agonies, so that's on a Slanesh unit, which is why I've given them all the marks. I can give them a 5-up Feel No Pain with that. So if you put that on the cultists as well, 5-up Invul, 5-up Feel No Pain, they start to get real hard to get rid of.
Yep, they can be annoying.
More potential for Tide of Traitors there as well. And of course, Warp Time.
Of course, as you do. So I think you're saying you're still in the process of putting the army together, but you said your cultists you painted with contrast?
Yeah, I did. Just for ease of it, really. It was quite good. I managed to knock through them pretty quickly. They look okay.
No, I think they look good. I think you're selling it short. They look pretty nice, actually. A few unpainted models, but seeing as you're Black Legion, we'll let you away with that. They're dark as it is. So
I should mention, I'm running the cultists as all auto guns as well. It's so hard to get a hold of just 30 auto gun cultists, because even the easy build boxes come with like 2 with the close combat weapons. I got some of the Dark Vengeance ones in there as well, and the champion will be the champion from the Dark Vengeance box set as well.
So Ravenwing, Dark Angels Ravenwing versus Black Legion. It's going to be a black on black armour off. Let's see who'll come out on top. We'll come back to you with the battlefield and which mission we're going to be playing today. We'll be playing ITC Mission 1, Seize Ground, and this consists of 6 objectives on the table. The way ITC missions work, for those unfamiliar, are in your turn you score a point if you hold an objective, and you score a point if you kill an enemy unit. At the end of battle round, you score a bonus point if you control more objectives than your opponent, and if you kill more units than your opponent, you also score a point. There's also some secondary missions, which for today I will be playing Engineers, which are my 2 scout squads, Recon and Headhunter. And Khyl has chosen to go for Headhunter, Old School and Marked for Death. And for Marked for Death, he's chosen my 2 4-man Ravenwing squads and the 2 squads of Black Knights. So we rolled off and did alternating deployment. The deployment zone was Hammer and Anvil, and I got to choose my side, and we went for deployment. So for my deployment, I castled most of my army on the left here, away from his Havocs. So here I've got the Black Knights, the Dark Shroud, the 3 Land Speeders, one of which is the Talon Master, Samael. The Scouts are inside the building here. We've got another unit of Scouts and Intercessors over here, 1 unit of Bikes on my right flank, and some Bikers and Intercessors up the front to go after the objectives. In reply, Khyl put his 2 Lord Discordants, his Chain Master and the Venom.
Yeah, the Chain Lord and the Venom Crawler.
Venom Crawler, that's the name.
Yeah.
The Rhino with the Havocs inside it there.
Yeah.
He's got the Cultists spread out across his front line with the Sorcerer, Abaddon, the Dark Apostle, and then 2 units of Chaos Space Marines there. 1 with the Missile Launcher and Las Cannon up.
1 with just 1 missile launcher. Yeah.
1 with just 1 missile launcher. So, Hammer and Anvil. I don't have a lot of long range firepower, but I am fast, which could hopefully play to my advantage. I was intending to pick behind enemy lines for my one of my secondaries, which would have been great on Dawn of War, but on Hammer and Anvil I wasn't too confident because I really don't have the space to manoeuvre around his army. I'm going to have to go for it. And without such long-range firepower, I could be in trouble. So, again, he's also got some mobility. He's got the Obliterators in reserve, and he's got the 2 Lord Discordants there who can move very quickly thanks to warp time from the Sorcerer, if he can get that off. So, we alternated deployment, and we will be rolling off. I believe you finished deploying first.
Yeah.
So you will get the +1.
It's a 1.
That's a 1. And a 3. So I will elect to take the first turn.
Okay. I will try and seize.
You know you won't.
And
he does! He does seize initiative. Oh, this could hurt. My house, my rules. We don't allow seizing in this house. So, we were coming back with turn 1 for the Black Legion. So what I need to decide is if I wish to play Prepared Positions to give me +1 save. I don't think I will, because most of your firepower is out of line of sight over here.
Yeah, all I've really got at the moment is
they
las
have
cannons, missile launchers.
But they can't really see anything. The only thing is going to be the Havocs in there, and they will suffer the -1 to hit thanks to my Dark Shroud if they decide to get out and shoot. So I'm not going to spend Prepared Positions.
Okay.
And I think in some ITC missions it's better to go second. We will see if that's the case in this mission. So just a reminder, if you enjoy the battle reports, please subscribe to the channel. as it helps us out getting the battle reports out there and getting more interest in them. So we will come back to you with the Black Legion turn 1. So the objectives are in set positions around the table. As you can see here, we are using the ITC runes rules in addition. We put 2 objectives on the Fortress Redemption here, because it made nice middle line of sight blocking, which had we got Dawn of War would have been amazing for my bikers. Yeah. But normally in the ITC these have to go on the ground floor. We just thought it looked good here, because the measurements actually work out really well with the central parts of the fortress here. But we are going to allow the bikers to go up on this if they need to do so. They probably won't at this point, but just to mention, because they should be on the ground floor, but you know, aesthetically they look quite nice up there. Yeah, so we're just going to hold them there for the moment. Movement phase, the priest, or the Dark Apostle, using his illusory supplication power successfully to give everyone within 6 inches a 5-up invulnerable save. One of the Chaos Space Marine squads moving up to, here towards the objective. Other squad few members moving down to get this one. The cultists moving forward slightly. The Havoc's choosing to disembark while the Rhino moves up. And the other units here just moving up towards them. I think the Dark Apostle advanced, the Sorcerer advanced,
yep, he did.
And the squad advanced as well.
The Marine squad advanced.
The Chaos Space Marine squad. So with that, we will be moving into the psychic phase. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to go with?
So I'm going to cast, first of all, Delightful Agonies, which is Warp Charge 6. I'm going to cast this on the cultists. It will give them a 5-up Feel No Pain. If it goes off, I'm going to need a second die.
You are going to need a second. What's the casting value?
Only 6.
So you've got it anyway, so that's a 10. So that gives them a 5-up.
Feel No Pain in addition to the 5-up.
Oh, those are going to be some tough cuts. I'm not in range to deny. I'm definitely out with 24.
And then I'm going to cast Warp Time on that unit of cultists as well.
Okay.
So Warp Charge 6 again.
Reroll that. That's cocked.
Okay.
We'll call that cocked.
So I can re-roll
rolls of 1.
Yep. Of 1, which is lucky. So
exceedingly so.
Okay.
Okay, he gets a 3, so no warp time on
no
it.
Warp.
I was actually expecting warp time on one of these guys. I know he's not close enough now, but I thought you were going to do that combo.
Well, I'm thinking I've got more firepower here, and I think I can soak up a turn. I was planning to get the cultists in front and block your route to the Lord Discordance.
That's true.
And then with some other stratagems, I can open this side of the board back up and counter you on that side. It's not
so,
out,
reasonable psychic phase. These cultists have got a bit of defensive capabilities now.
Yeah, they do.
And we'll come back and see what Khyl decides to do with his shooting phase. There'll be some, but not a huge amount, thanks to mostly hiding from his Marines over there. But the Havocs have certainly got range of this front bite squad to do some damage. We're starting the shooting phase with this Chaos Space Marine squad. The only thing they can see really is this bite squad down here, who are in range of the Dark Shroud and will be getting -1 to hit. So you'll be hitting them on 4s with fix. Yep. Unfortunately, I didn't get turn 1, so I can't get my jinx saves off, which is a real pity.
So first up, we'll do the las cannon into them. It's hitting on 4s. That fails.
Misses.
And then we'll do the missile launcher, hitting on 4s again.
Also misses.
Okay, so the -1 to hit helped.
Yes, definitely. very helpful.
Right, so next up, I'm going to do the combi bolter from the Rhino.
Okay.
Over there. So that is, I don't think they're in 12.
No, they won't be within 12.
Okay, so it's just 2 shots. I'm going to shoot at this unit.
Okay, he's going to shoot at this small squad here.
Is there any minus to hit?
No, not on them. No. They're too far away.
So it's 4s.
That's what you want if you're heavy weapons.
Wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s. Oh!
2 wounds.
This is a good storm bolter. And it kills one! Ouch!
That was quite lucky.
Ooh, that was very lucky. We'll take the grab gun. There, I'll leave my power sword alive for the moment.
Okay, I should have declared this before. I'm going to shoot the Havoc launchers into the same unit.
Yes, no, I assumed so.
So it's heavy D6. They have moved. It's one shot.
I should have gone for that prepared positions.
Hitting on 5s. It does hit. It's going to be wounding on the toughness 5.
They are toughness 5,
so
yes.
4s.
No, that one fails to win. But I think your combi bolt are more than made up for that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything there, so that's quite good.
Then the Havocs.
First of all, I'm gonna. Have we got line of sight? I don't have line of sight on the Venom Crawler with this unit.
So that is shooting it.
It does.
It's
actually quite good with the Lord Discordance buff.
Oh, nice.
So they give +1 to hit to demon engines within 6. So it starts at ballistics go 4, but it's actually going to be 2 because of that. So it'd be 2s rerolling 1s because of the Lord. So the excruciator cannons into this front unit of bikes here.
Okay, you will be -1 to hit because of the Dark Shroud.
So it's 2 D3 shots. Okay, so
for
that's 3. Okay, so it'd be 3s rerolling 1s then with the minus. Okay, 3 hits.
2+?
So you normally hit on a 4, but you get +1 for each of the Lord of Discordance within 6.
4 each?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Well, we just double check there and it doesn't stack. It's +1 to if you're in range of any Lord Discordant. That tends to be the rule for these. So that was 2 hits.
2 hits. So strength 8.
So winding on 3s.
3s, no rerolling. 2
no
wounds.
AP.
AP.
So that was 2 wounds on these bikers here, and it is -2 AP. And I saved both.
Nice.
That was fortunate for me because that could have done some damage there.
Okay, so next up, both the Lord Discordants. Again, cannot see this unit, so I'm going to shoot again at the same front unit.
Yep.
They've both got auto cannons.
Oh, this could be nasty. Each one going through.
They're hitting on 2s, -1 because
Yep.
but +1 because of their ability as well.
They're the demon engines as well?
Yes, they are, so they give it to themselves.
Very nice.
I may as well roll them together, actually.
Probably worthwhile.
Yeah.
So hitting
2s, re-rolling 1s.
Yes, +1,
They start
-1.
on 2, +1,
Yep.
-1.
So that's
Okay.
4 hits. 3s to
Four
wound.
hits. 3s to wound, no re-rolling.
Oh, that is not good. -2 AP on an autocan.
-1.
Oh, it's only -1.
Yeah, damage 2.
Damage 2. So 5, sorry. Rolled that
Okay.
off camera. So that's save as well.
It's not
Next, the Havocs.
Yeah, the Havocs next. So I've got Reaper Chain Cannon and 3 heavy bolters as well. Just double check the range.
The Reaper's in, we did check that when we deployed.
Yeah, and 36-inch range on the bolters.
Yeah. So who are they firing at?
All at this front unit here.
Okay. Hoping to get first blood and one of his marked for death points if you can get this off. So -1 to hit. They ignore the penalty for moving and firing, but they do not. I thought maybe they hit on a flat 3, but they don't. Only Eldar seem to get that. They do hit on. They do suffer -1 to hit thanks to the Dark Shroud.
So it's going to be 4s re-rolling 1s in that case because of the Chaos Lord back there.
Oh, yep, he's a lord.
Okay, 17 shots because of 8 Reaper Chain Cannon and 9 heavy bolter shots.
Oh, that gets 8 base?
It does.
That is nasty. Can you take more than one of them?
Yeah, you can take a full unit of them, yeah.
Oh, why haven't you? Why haven't you? Pricey?
It's 1 wound. They've only got 1 wound each.
Ah, okay.
They're probably going to be dead next turn if I'm being completely
Well, yeah, with that many shots, I hope so.
So 4s re-rolling 1s. So
A few 3s in there, but not as many as I'd like to see.
Oh,
That was very good. He managed to convert all them. So, ow,
that is a strong roll.
that's pretty effective. That's for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hits out of.
It'd be 13 because I've only got 4 fails.
Yeah, 13. Oh, that.
Strength 5 as well.
So, winding on 4s.
Winding on 4s.
That's slightly better.
So let's get rid of those.
So that is 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds. You aren't going to kill the unit, fortunately. But even if I fail all of these, you aren't going to kill the unit, which is good for me. 4's to hit. 4 up armour. And that is only 1 goes through. So your rolling was pretty good. So was mine. So we'll put 1 wound on the normal guy. You've got nothing left to shoot, I believe.
Let's check these cultists if they're in range of this unit. Not very many are going to be.
Yeah. So we'll check that and come back and see if they do any damage. Right, so 15 cultists got to shoot at the bikers, which I didn't film because it's cultists. They managed to get, not a great roll, he managed to get a few hits with rerolls thanks to Abaddon. Only managed 2 wounds thanks to toughness 5. And then I rolled this again, so I did lose a second biker, unfortunately. I decided to take the plasma gun off and keep my power sword because of the shock assault. I quite fancy doing some charges here. There won't be any charges because you've got nothing in range.
No, I am considering whether to use Endless Cacophony to finish off that biker, the way you've been rolling.
Yeah, that could be.
But it seems very risky.
The only unit that can really target them would be the cultists yet again.
Yeah, they're Slanesh, so I could do it. What I'm thinking is, you're going to get hold more at the end of the next turn because I didn't manage to get.
And if you don't score first blood, you cannot score it.
Yeah.
So you would need to get it.
I would get 2 points from this if I do kill it. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 2 CP.
You'd only get 1 first blood.
Well, I've also taken old school, haven't I?
Yeah, that's first blood. Is that not?
But also kill 1 because I haven't got a kill.
Oh, you haven't got a kill, of course. Sorry, I forgot about that for ITC. Yes, that's true.
So yes, I'm going to spend 2 CP on a 5 up. I get 1 back. I do get 1 back. So
is that per CP spend or is that per stratagem?
Yeah, each time you spend a command point.
Okay, so, that's good. Yeah. It's better than mine. Mine's is per stratagem.
Oh, really?
Okay, so we will roll this again and we'll come back to you. I think I'm going to start filming these saves because no one's going to believe it. We'll come back with the rolls and how many saves I have to take. With Endless Cacophony, the cultist shooting at this guy once more. Again, some decent rolling, average rolling. 2 wounds put through on the biker sergeant, Ravenwing sergeant. So I've taken 4 wounds with this unit so far and I haven't made a save yet.
You haven't made a save.
And Khyl would very much like me to fail this save so he can get a point for killing a unit and he can get first blood. So 2 saves. Oh no, they finally work for me.
Okay.
So my 1 guy, I won't have any morale because I haven't lost enough in that unit to force a morale. I'm leadership 8 on my sergeant, which is another good reason for keeping the sergeant and taking the special weapons.
Yeah.
Because I am, otherwise he might have failed it on a double 6.
Yeah.
So that's your turn. The end of your turn, you score 1 point for
Just
holding an
hold
objective.
1. Yeah.
You didn't get first blood, you didn't get kill unit. I think unluckily on the Havocs and all these units shooting in, not on the cultists. You got more than lucky with the cultists.
Yeah, and the Rhino.
And the Rhino. So that, at the end of the Black Legion turn 1, is 1 point. Let's see what the Dark Angels can come back with in my first turn. End of my movement phase, I kept this unit of bikers back, moved the intercessors up to grab the objective here, kept the scouts back for now, essentially blocking off room for the obliterators to get into range behind my lines here. The scouts moving up slightly to grab this objective, the central intercessors moving up on this objective, the Black Knights over here advancing along with the Librarian. I'm going to spend 1 CP on Speed of the Raven to allow my Black Knights to still shoot to full effect. Do I get it back? I do, I keep it. So I'm still at 8 CP at the moment. My Dark Shroud also advancing, because I always forget about that, so he doesn't get his invuln. The other unit of Black Knights advancing. They will be -1 to hit, but at least I get my invuln. The other units moving up. This lone biker here didn't need to advance, but moving up to get into the deployment zone. The bikers here also moving up. Over here, I had to advance this unit of bikers so they could get into the deployment zone and score me recon, but they will get their invuln save to try and help me out. So the Librarian advancing to try and get into range to cast some powers. So he is going to cast He's going to start off and he's going to cast Aversion on one of these Lord Discordant. Who's the more dangerous in combat, the Khorne one or the Slaanesh one?
The Khorne one.
Where's he? Is he the back one?
He's the back one.
So we'll double check I'm in range, but I'm going to cast Aversion on one of them. Yep, I'm in range of the back one, so I'm going to cast Aversion, which is -1 to hit for him in combat and shooting. And I get it on a 10. Nice. That's quite good. And then I'm going to cast Mind Wipe on the Venom guy. Venom Crawler? Is it?
Venom Crawler. Yeah.
Venom Crawler. I'm going to cast Mind Wipe on him because I'm hoping to deal with the Havocs. So that's a warp charge value of 7. That goes off. And, oh, I should have gone with Smite. That's annoying. That goes off in 11. So we roll off a d6 and compare our leaderships. Yep, so my Librarian is leadership 9, his Venom guy is leadership 9 thanks to his Legion abilities, so it's basically if I can score higher, which I roll a 4.
In fact, no, Black Legion don't get, it's the old style of Legion traits, it's only the Dread Hellbrutes and the troops.
Oh, okay, doesn't matter, you rolled a 6 anyway, so it has no effect, that's fine. Should have gone with the Smite, but even then the Rhino. So that's the Psychic Phase. So this Lord is in -1 to hit, which is quite nice. Would have been nice to permanently damage one of them, but we'll see. So 4, yeah, so I got 13, you got 16, so I had 1 in 3 chance. It's probably not worth it. I'll save my CP for later in the game. We will start with the... we'll go into the shooting phase then, and I'll decide who's going to fire first. Need to start getting some kills. We will start with this unit of bikers here is going to fire into the Havocs. So we will not be overcharging because I did move, so I'm not getting my rerolls 1 to hit, and I'm not in range of Samael. So that is going to be plasma guns are going to be hitting on 3s. That's all hit. Wounding on 3s because they're toughness 5 now. Yep. Well, I didn't overcharge, so wounding on 3s anyway. That is 3 wounds. I don't think I'm in range of the Talon Master, but I'll double check.
Is it -3 or 4?
It's -3 for a... nope, I'm not in range of the Talon Master, so I don't get to reroll that one.
It's going to be 3 6-up saves. Make 1.
Makes 1, fails 2. So we're going to do... they get 2, 1 wound each?
Yeah, just 1 wound.
So 2 die. We will go do the bolters. I'm going to do the bolters from this squad, probably this squad off camera, and see how many I can kill off. Rest of my firepower, the bolters actually managed to kill off a couple of the guys here. Then the biker here fired in, managing to kill 1 more. There was 1 remaining, so I put Samuel's storm bolters into him to finish him off. Put the plasma cannon into the Venom Crawler. Getting 2 shots and 1 wound, but he made his demon save. So next what I'm going to do is we're going to put the Black Knights, they advance so they have range of the Venom Crawler. I'm going to put the Black Knights into him, and I'm going to spend 1 CP on Weapons of the Dark Age, which gives me +1 to my damage.
Nice.
So that takes me up to damage 3 because I am overcharging.
Damage 3. Ooh, okay.
I am overcharging, and because I advanced and used Speed of the Raven, I ignore the penalty for moving and advancing, and I can still charge. So I will be hitting on 3s with full rerolls thanks to Samael. Okay. Apologies if you can hear that smoke alarm, it's been going off for a while, so we're just going to roll. So the first guy, 2 hits. Second guy, 2 hits, and it stopped. Third guy, 1 hit and a reroll, and he's dead.
Oh.
That's fine. Fourth guy, 1 hit and a reroll, and he's dead. Whoa, he's dead as well. And the other guy wins, so that is 2 dead, unfortunately. But I am wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s, thanks to the Talon Master. With 2 dead guys, that is brutal. That's I was going to say that's more damage than you did in your turn, but it's about equal. It's about equal. With no rerolls there, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds on your Venom. How many wounds does he have?
10.
10, so you need to fail 4 of these.
Okay.
So there are 7. If you could.
-3. Well, he's got his demon.
Yeah, it'll be your demon save.
So
you did fail 5.
Okay.
Even a CP reroll won't save him. Can he explode?
He can on a 5-up. It's D3. I'm not sure on the range, but no.
Nope.
He doesn't
Damn.
explode.
That's annoying. Okay, that was pretty good, but it did cost me 2 of my guys, which I will take. I think I've got. That's why I took an apothecary, just in case I can keep them alive. So that is the shooting phase. Well, not done because I've still got a lot more firepower to go, but we will do the rest of the firepower. What I decide to go off camera, and come back to you with that. End of my shooting phase. The Black Knights back here, putting their, not overcharging, putting their shots, doing 4 wounds on the Rhino. The Apothecary doing another one. The deciding not to destroy it because I have a cunning plan. The front land speeder put all his firepower into the Lord Discordant, doing a wound. I considered playing my +1 to hit stratagem with the attack squadron. However, the Talon Master wouldn't benefit because he's in the wrong battalion. Although, I think I put him in my... Sorry, I might have said wrong. So I think the Librarian's in the Outrider and he's in the battalion. So that's... he would have... But his assault cannons were out of range. So I put the 2 heavy bolters from the other land speeders into Lord Discordant, but did no damage. The assault cannons going into the cultists, only killing 3. That 5-up invulnerable, 5-up feeling no pain, working out pretty well for these guys to keep them alive. The metal guns firing in at the squad of Chaos Space Marines here, but failing to hit. The intercessors firing in at the cultists, failing to do any damage. I think they hit once and failed to wound. Intercessors here firing in, but doing no damage to the Chaos Space Marines as well. So with that, we are going to move on to the charge phase. I think I am going to put the... who do I want to put in first? We will put the... I have a cunning plan, you see. I have a cunning plan.
Wrap that Rhino, yeah?
No, that's not my plan. We will put the bikers into the Rhino to start with. So if you want to do your Overwatch.
Okay, sure. So, do the combi bolter first.
Better not roll as well as it did last time.
6s.
He hits once.
Hit. Wound on a 5.
Nope.
Havoc launches D6 shots.
2.
6s. Nothing.
Nope. So the bikers go in first, and they are going to go 11. And we're going to put the Black Knights in as well now, but I'll roll them separately. So the Black Knights are going to go 8. They can still charge thanks to the speed of the Raven. So I'll move my chargers and then do my attacks and fill you in on my cunning plan. We'll do the attacks now. The Black Knights now getting an extra attack on the charge thanks to Shock Assault. So that is giving me 10 attacks into the Rhino. Might be able to finish this off, we'll see. If not, then that's fine. So hitting on 3s. Yep, that's good round of hits. And then wounding on 5s because I'm strength +1. Any 6s do D3 damage. Yeah, that's a number. So that is going to be 4 wounds at -1. So 1 at -1. Doing a single damage. Nope, takes it.
So
and then
3d3 +1.
Well, no, you need to take your saves first. So
right. They just count as d3.
Yeah, 4-up saves.
Make 2.
You make 2, and then d3 for 3. So that's 4 in total. He's down to 1 wound remaining. So 1 wound remaining. What I'm now going to do is attack with this bike squad here. So we'll do their attacks as well, see if we can destroy the Rhino. So chainswords on the normal bikers going into the Rhino. That's 9 attacks, thanks to Shock Assault. Few hits, not too many. Wounding on 5s though. That's 1 wound.
Okay, AP again -1.
Yeah, no minuses.
No,
they don't have the hammers. Nope. And then we have the power sword on the sergeant, so 3 attacks from him. Hitting all 3 times, wounding on 5s. 1 wound at -3.
1 6 up.
No, he fails. Does it explode? It does not. Now that they've attacked, I'm going to spend a 2 CP on a stratagem, putting me down to 5, called Swift Strike, which after they've fought allows them to move again, and since the rhinos destroyed, they get to advance. So what I'm going to do is advance them towards the Lord Discordant here and essentially block them in there, so that he's going to have to either shoot and destroy these guys or assault them, and it stops his Lord Discordant from taking on my squads here. Nothing I can do against the jump pack guy, because he can jump over, so I'm going to use this to box them in my fight phase. So after my movement phase, I can move up to contest that objective. I've got 2 models within 3, as does Khyl. What Khyl pointed out is that I thought I was sitting on 3 objectives. This is because I don't play ITC much, but the engineers aren't allowed to score this objective or score recon. So I would have only been on 2, and Khyl would have been on 2, but using that stratagem, I've boxed in the Lord's Discordant over here, so they're not gonna be able to get around my bikers, and I'm holding that objective. So at the end of my turn, or in my turn, I'm going to get kill a unit and hold an objective. At the end of the battle round, I've killed more for a point, and I hold more at the moment, because I'm currently holding 2. Kyl's got 1 because this is contested, and I did kill more. And I'm also going to get a recon point, I believe. You can score them from turn 1?
I think it's
so that is going to be 5 points to the Ravenwing. And just to point as well, the reason I didn't charge this guy in is because I didn't want him to die, because that would have given Khyl a kill, an extra kill, first blood, and I wasn't sure I was going to charge these guys in, so I didn't want to lose him. If I lost him, I wouldn't get recon either, although this unit will get it now, I didn't realise. So at the end of Dark Angels turn 1, it is 5 points to the Dark Angels to 1 to the Black Legion. However, losing 2 of these guys was hurt, but they're immune to morale, so they don't need a morale test. He's probably going to kill this squad to give him 1 for Mark for Death. He might be able to take out this squad as well to get another Mark for Death. So he is going to be scoring better this turn, especially when the Obliterators start coming in and see what they do. So we'll come back to you with turn 2 for the Black Legion. Just double checking the rules there. As I say, we don't play ITC too often. I think they can hold this objective. It doesn't make any difference because I've got this one now anyway. But if we're playing that wrong, please let us know in the comments below so we can fix it for next time we play. End of the movement phase for the Black Legion. The Lord's Discordant sort of stuck here, thanks to my positioning of the bikers. The jump back Lord moving over to claim this objective. The cultists moving up here, while the biker, Abaddon, the priest moving over. The priest's power going off yet again. The Chaos Space Marines moving up to grab this objective. The end of the phase, the Obliterators coming in over here next to Abaddon. Outrange of those bikers and these bikers. As you can see, I've got some Gene Stealer blip counters on the table, and that is simply to remind me which units advanced this turn and will get an invuln save against shooting. So with that done, we're going to move into the psychic phase. The sorcerer over here moving so that this lone biker was in the closest unit for smite range. So I think we're going to be getting
start with smite.
We'll be starting with a smite. And that's
so
D3.
And it's 2 wounds, isn't it?
And that is a dead sergeant as well.
Okay.
So that is not one of the units that were marked for death at the moment. Those are the Melter Gun Bikers and these guys over here, who are likely to be facing a lot of enemy firepower, so he may be scoring a few points this turn for that.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
His second power?
His second power is going to be Delightful Agonies, so the 5 up feel no pain, but I'm going to do it on the Obliterators.
On the Obliterators, that makes some sense.
Charge 6, rerolling 1s.
It goes off, and I We'll check to see if I'm in range of that. So I am in range to deny. The smite you got on an 8, I think, so...
the smite was, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually forgot...
The smite was a 10, sorry.
Yeah, the smite was a 10, so I actually forgot to check I was in range, but I wouldn't probably deny it anyway. So I will need a 10 to block that. May as well give it a go. Oh, a 9. That's close, but it's not worth the CP reroll, because honestly... Don't think I'm going to be targeting the cultists for all that much firepower, in all honesty. Oh, the obliterators, sorry. They might be getting some firepower, but we'll let that go for now.
Okay.
I have precious few CP in this. As I was saying, I wanted to play all Ravenwing, but then I would have had 5, maybe 6 CP at a push. And
it's not very much.
Really not much for all the stratagems they need to use. So, as a necessary evil, the scouts and the intercessors are here. Plus, it would have made choosing my secondaries really tough.
Yeah.
To hold units back for engineers, or hope, you know, they hold units back for recon.
Sure. Okay, so we're going to shooting.
We'll move on to the shooting phase, and we're done. Obliterators come in, they get tired, they don't want to do anything. Shooting phase, we're going to start with the Chaos Space Marines going into the bikers here. We will do the missile launcher on camera and then come back with the bolters off camera. So missile launcher -1 because you moved. So hitting on 4's crack, I assume.
Yes.
That's a hit.
Hit.
3's to wound. That's a wound. 4 up invuln. No, that's a fail. D6 damage.
Oh.
Only 1.
Only 1.
You.
I don't think it's worth the reroll. I think I can kill them anyway.
I would agree. So we'll do the rest of the bolters off camera and see what comes up next. Rest of the firing, Chaos Space Marines managed to do 3 wounds in the bikers, and true to my biker save so far, I took 2 of the 3. The other squad firing in with their bolter discipline, doing 1 wound and killing 1. The missile launcher and the las cannon both wounding, but thanks to my jink save, keeping them alive. Abaddon fired in his Talon of Horus in at them, doing a single wound, but again I made my invuln save. We're going to now go the first round of obliterator shooting, which makes me think there's going to be a second round. So obliterators are going to go into these bikers as well, I presume?
So only 1 of them is going to shoot into these and 2 into this shoot.
Oh, we're splitting fire.
So I have to roll the characteristics. Yes. So strength 6 plus D3. Strength 8. AP -1.
I've got my invuln, so...
Damage 3.
Oh, I could have done my reversing them. Because I've got my invuln, and 1 damage would have been nice.
So 3. So 6 shots from the first one into this shoot.
6 shots each?
Yeah, 6 shots
they
each.
are nasty.
So hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Abaddon.
Yep.
So just 1 failed, and that is a 4.
So that's 6 hits.
Winning on 3s.
Winning on 3s, thankfully, because your strength wasn't high enough. Well, I don't think it can ever be high enough, can it?
It could be 9. No, it couldn't be high enough. 2s.
So these are
4 at -1, 3 damage.
Well, 4 ups. I could have done with that. I could have done with AP3 1 damage, in all honesty, but 4 ups. I failed 2. Oh. Nah, I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather save it for this other squad, so that is a dead squad. So that is a point for killing a unit, and it's also a point for one of his marked for death units. So the other 6...
So I'll keep those there for the characteristics. So there's 12 now.
Sorry, yeah, 12. Apologies, 12. So okay, so the obliterators are going to die next turn, hopefully.
12. That's why the feel no pain's very important on them.
Yes.
So 3s, re-rolling failed.
Although I don't have much that can get over there to them, in all honesty. I was hoping to take out the Disco Lords with some of my plasma fire.
So 1 there. So it's 11 hits.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s again.
All 1s and 2s, please. Not enough.
3, 6, 9 at -1, 3 damage each.
This is going to be brutal. This jink save doesn't do much when you've got all that damage coming through. So wounding on 4 ups to save, and I only failed 2.
Okay.
I'm okay with that for now. Let's take. Ooh, do you know what? let's CP one of these, because I don't think they can see the Black Knights, so they're not going to be able to target them.
It's only 18-inch range.
Okay, so maybe I'll get... Do you use the same characteristics when you shoot again?
No, for Endless Cacophony I would have to roll the characteristics.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to CP reroll this on the off chance you get poorer characteristics if you fire again.
Sure.
I think that's wise. So we'll do a 4-up. Yes, so I keep it. Do I keep the CP? No, so I'm down to 4, but I only lose 1 to this unit, so...
Okay. So I'm going to do that at the end of the phase, so I'm going to shoot everything else and then maybe shoot the obliterators.
Okay, that makes sense.
So next up I'm going to shoot the 2 Lord Discordants into... In fact I'm going to shoot all the cultists into
yeah, hoping to... Well. The cultists did well last time, hopefully they can do some damage on the bikers. So we'll do that off camera because there are a ton of dice to do, and we'll come back and see what you can get. So after the pseudo flashlight, so well, auto guns, not las guns, that was 11 wounds on the bikers, 3-up saves, and I fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. So that is going to be 2 dead and 1 on wound on the sergeant. So yeah, those cultists proven pretty deadly to my bikers, which is again why you really don't see bikers much in this edition, because they're pricey and they die so easily. End of the shooting phase, the Lord Discordants firing at the Black Knights, managing to kill 1. The last wound was taken by, I think, the Terminator captain. Did 1 wound and I failed a 2-up cover save. Had used my reroll already, so that's dead. So, looking pretty good. I've lost a few Black Knights at the end of his turn, but I think blocking them in was useful. The end of your turn, you are holding an objective. You are you killed a unit, and you killed 2 marked for death units, so that gives you 4 points in your turn so far, and you did kill 2 units. So I'm going to have to kill a number of units to match you going into my second turn. My movement phase, the bikers advancing up here, hiding out of line of sight, hoping to get recon in following turns. Intercessors moving up to get into fire range. These guys staying back here, scouts. Scouts staying here to get engineers. Intercessors here staying in place. Rest of my units got some advancing going on. The Dark Shroud advanced, because there's no real point in him shooting. 1 Landspeeder stayed in place while the other 2 moved up. The big unit of Black Knights advance, or both units of Black Knights advancing. This unit, I'm going to play Speed of the Raven on them, didn't get the CP. The Apothecary also advancing, just to get the invuln save, basically, and shooting if he needs it. The Librarian just moving up, and the 2 Dark Shroud, the Raven, 1 Dark Shroud, 1 Landspeeder and the Talon Master having to move to get their assault cannons into range of the unit here. So that is 1 with 1 CP spent. So I'm down to 4 CP. Sorry, that should be on 4. Down to 3, because I used 1 on a CP reroll to try and keep my guys alive, which seems wasteful now. So we are going to be starting with the psychic phase. We're going to start with an aversion on the back, Lord Discordant. And that's a 6. That is just enough to pass it, giving him -1.
I'm going to try and deny that.
Yep. And you do. You block it. What's the leadership of a Lord Discordant?
It is 9 + 1 for Black Legion, 10.
10. Let's go for a Mimite, because I think I've got enough firepower, so I don't think I'm going to need a Smite. Hopefully not. We say that now. I might be in trouble.
It's just 9. Last time we went through that.
Yes.
Because he doesn't get
so we will go with a Mind Wipe. So that's a casting value of 7. And that fails, but I'm not going to spend a reroll on that. So he's going to be fine. And sorry, forgot to mention, at the end of the movement phase, the Apothecary managing to bring back 1 of the Black Knights in front, which works out quite nicely for me. Start of my shooting phase, I am going to spend another CP on Weapons of the Dark Age. Do I get to keep it? I do not, so that takes me down to 2 CP, which I'll probably be using this phase in all honesty. So the big unit of 5 Black Knights at the back here are going to open fire on the front Lord Discordant. They are going to overcharge.
Ooh.
They are going to use Weapons of the Dark Age, so they'll be doing 3 damage per.
Okay.
Hitting on first guy, 3s, both hit. Because of the speed of the Raven, I ignore the -1 for advancing. Second guy is good. Third guy, let's re-roll that. Yes, he's good. Fourth guy, he's good. That was almost a 1. And then last guy, he's good. So that is all hit. 10 hits. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s thanks to Talon Master. There's a couple of 1s in there. So that is going to be 7 wounds at AP -3, so 5 invulnerable. Each of these doing 3 damage.
Ooh, he's probably dead then.
Let's hope. Yes,
That's full wounds. Do I wanna... I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll 1.
That makes
Just
sense.
give it a go. Yeah.
He does, so he's down to 3 wounds though remaining.
I get back on a 5 up. No.
So he spends a CP and he is down to 3 wounds. I think a judicious choice of a CP reroll there. So what we're probably going to do is let's put... Ooh, I'm going to have to put a good bit of firepower in here. I don't want to waste the other unit of Black Knights. I kind of want to put them into your other Lord Discordant.
Understand.
Oh, could have done my smite there. But I wouldn't have got smite off anyway, either. So that is no use. Right, I'm going to have a think about this and see which units are going to go in where. So, rest of the firepower, the Librarian firing into Lord Discordant, doing no damage. The Apothecary choosing to overcharge despite being -1 to hit. Luckily didn't kill myself, but didn't get through to any damage. Samael then doing no damage with the Stormbolters, but 2 wounds with his plasma cannon, taking him down to 1 wound. I did not overcharge because I'm not an idiot, even though it would have killed him. What we're going to do then, so what I've got left are these 3 Black Knights. I've got the 3 Land Speeders, and then I've got a bunch of bolter shots going to go into other units. But what I'm going to do is the Land Speeder that did not move is going to fire in at the Lord Discordant. That's got 1 wound remaining, so he is going to fire in at him, and we'll see if I can finish him off. I do have a stratagem that's +1 to hit, but I'm saving that for the other guy so that I can hopefully do some damage to him. So the Land Speeder firing in, doing 6 wounds with his heavy bolter, and he made all his 3-up saves, so I think I'm going to have to put some more firepower into him. So I kind of wanted to get the rest going into the other Lord Discordant. Unfortunately, I'm putting a lot of firepower into these guys, but I think I need to kill them, because then I really only have a few other units to worry about hurting me. So we will put in 1 more Land Speeder. Let's get this on camera this time. So the other single Land Speeder, is it worth the I kind of want to save the Talon Master, but I might end up having to put him in as well. So, Land Speeder that moved, hitting on 4s, re-rolling thanks to Samael, wounding on 4s with the Assault Cannon, re-rolling 1s, so that is 3 wounds. Then the Heavy Bolter gets to re-roll 1 of those, wounding on 5s, no, so that is 3 wounds at -1.
3 3-ups.
And he's dead, finally. Does he explode?
I don't believe he does. No.
Nope, that's fine.
No
So he is dead. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the Talon Master into this guy first, hopefully doing a wound, so that I can then play a stratagem giving me +1 to hit with these guys, allowing them to then overcharge in relative safety and hopefully do some damage to him as well. Talon Master putting his firepower in, getting 10 wounds and taking 4 from the Lord Discordant. So I am going to spend another CP, which I don't keep, so I'm down to 1 remaining, annoyingly. But I am going to use the stratagem that allows me to... I know I said at the start, I misspoke when I was doing the battle, because I wanted the Talon Master in the... oh no, he is in the Outrider. It's the other two that aren't. It was the Captain and it was Samael and the Librarian that weren't. So he is in the Outrider that has the Specialist attachment. So I'm going to use +1 to hit on this squad, which my Advancing Black Knights are now hitting again on 3s. I am going to overcharge because I am in range of Samael to try, and I've got the Apothecary there. I can always just heal myself again, hopefully. So the first guy will be hitting on 3s with rerolls. Let's reroll that. That's 2 hits. Because he's got how many wounds remaining? 8?
Yes, 8.
So I need to get quite a few of these through. Rerolling. Yep, that is 4 hits so far. Last 2. That is 6 hits in total. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. Just as well. That is 4 wounds. If you could fail all of these, please, that would be most
5 up.
helpful. Yeah. No, you fail. So you are down to 2 wounds remaining, which is quite nice for me. I don't think I've got anything. I don't think... We'll need to check, but the Intercessors have range. I don't think they do. But I'll come back with the firepower for the 2 Intercessors units and see. The Dark Shroud can't shoot because it's advanced, because I always forget that to give him his invuln. Samael is fired. The Apothecary's fired. The Ancient's fired. Those guys are fired, taking you down to 2 wounds remaining. We'll see what the Intercessors can see and what the range is. Shooting phase, 2 units Intercessors firing in at the Chaos Space Marines here. Managed to kill 2 after some more great saves from Khyl. Managed to save quite a few of them. Annoyingly, no more firepower, no charges, but his Disco Lord is down to 2 wounds remaining. He'll go back up to 3, so he might be up a profile. But so at the end of my turn, I do get Engineers, I do get Hold 1, I do get Kill 1, and I get a Headhunter point. I don't get Recon this turn because I don't have a unit on each table quarter. So that will take me up to 9 points in total. No one is holding more at the moment, but Khyl will get kill more because he killed 2 units to my 1. The end of that turn is going to be 9 points to the Dark Angels and 6 points to the Black Legion. So still a few points in it for the Dark Angels, but unfortunately some really good invuln saves there, helping out Khyl with his keeping his Lord Discordant and some other guys alive. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to kill both of them in this turn, but I've still got a fair bit of firepower left, but they are falling quickly and those obliterators are going to worry me. So that is going to be the end of my second turn. We will see what the Black Legion can come back with on turn 3. In the movement phase, the remaining Marines moving up in here. The Obliterators advance, rolling a 1-inch advance. Khyl decided to CP reroll it so he could get into this objective, and he rolled another 1. So he had to keep the Lord there to hold that. The Dark Apostle's power went off. The Librarian and Abaddon moving up. The Disco Lord only moving 6 inches now, thanks to his damage profile, moving up there. So we are going to be moving into the Psychic phase. And what are we going to be going with on the Librarian?
Okay.
Not Librarian, Sorcerer. Filthy Sorcerer, not a Librarian. Not a good Librarian, who's actually been doing okay this game.
I'm gonna cast Smite first of all. I think the closest unit would be this Plasma unit.
The Black Knights, I believe.
To these.
Yeah, no, we'll check, but it looks like the Plasma unit's closer.
Okay, so we will charge 5. Oh,
that's
perils, but it is D6, so I'm going to take the D3 mortal wounds for 2.
2.
And big smite. It's going to be
3. So that's going to kill 1 and injure 1.
I'm not going to reroll.
Okay.
That. No.
I can't block it, so no luck there for me.
So next up.
Oh no, sorry. I'll take 1 just to keep the apothecary out of the way.
Okay.
So next up, he's going to attempt a warp time on Abaddon, which he gets off with a 10. Oh, your Psyker's on fire this turn. So I will need an 11 to block this. We're going to give that a go. He does! He gets the Librarian, makes up for his performance last time and blocks the warp time on Abaddon, which was a great move for me. I think a great result.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So, with the psychic phase done, we will move on to the shooting phase for the Black Legion on turn 3. So, the Lord Discordant fired in at the Black Knights, doing enough to kill 1. I didn't realise they don't degrade their weapon skill and ballistic skill, which makes them incredibly tough. Yeah. No wonder they're so popular. So the Obliterators are now going to finish him off, because with the poor advance roll, that's the only unit they can shoot at, essentially. So he got strength 7, AP -2, and again 3 damage.
18 shots.
18 shots, -1 to hit.
Re-rolling because of Abaddon.
Abaddon gives full re-rolls, not just to hit now, which is pretty tasty, but I think
he doesn't let you re-roll wounds.
Full re-rolls to hit. I mean, it's not just misses, which is the way they're moving forward now. That's probably a dead biker. 3s to wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this many 4-ups.
-2.
But I get my Van Jinx save, so. Yeah, he's definitely dead. So I don't even know why I bothered on. So that is a Black Knight. That's your kill point. And that is the other Mark for Death unit is dead as well. So we don't have too much firepower left. End of the shooting phase. This Havoc squad up here firing into the Land Speeder at the front here. But thanks to Dark Shroud, both shots missing. Abaddon firing his Talon of Horus into the Intercessors and managing to kill off 2. The Cultists put all their shots into the Intercessors as well, managed to do 10 wounds, but I made all my armour saves, thankfully. The Marines over here firing at the Bikers on the far side. The missile launcher hitting, but I managed to make my Jinx save. And that was pretty much all the firepower at the moment. I think Khyl's just considering whether to use Endless Cacophony or not. I'm thinking you don't really. The Obliterators are out of range of everyone now, thanks to their poor advance roll. Cultists could. I mean, you didn't do much against Intercessors and the Havocs.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to save it.
I don't think it's worth it. You don't have. If the Obliterators were in range, yes, but
definitely be.
Anything else, I think the 2-up armour save of the Intercessors really helping them out against the Cultists. So with that, we will move into the charge phase. Will there be any charges?
Yeah. The Lord Discordant. Can your plasma bikes fall back and shoot?
With a stratagem, but I don't think I've got enough CP left to use them.
Only got 1
I've only got I believe it's 2. Let me double check that. Just double checking, an Intractable is 2 CP, but only 1 remaining. So he is going to charge the Apothecary and the Librarian. I'm not going to overcharge my plasma because I don't want the Apothecary to die, but he will be getting rerolls thanks to Samael. So hitting on 6s, rerolling. I get 1 through. I don't wound, but I reroll thanks to Talon Master. I do wound, so 5-up Invan. Nope, so he takes another wound. He's down to 2 remaining, and he even overcharging. If the Apothecary does 1 wound, I'm going to be annoyed because I could have killed him. That is no, he only gets to reroll 1s because he's not Ravenwing, and wounds on 5s. He does do a wound, but you get a 2-up armour save, which he makes. So he is down to 1 wound remaining. Measuring up, this is going to be a 9-inch charge, which you do get to reroll because you're Khorne. And you don't need to. That's an 11. Okay. So we'll move that up and we'll go straight into the combat phase.
Yeah.
Let's see what damage this guy can do. Unfortunately, I don't get any invuln saves, just range attacks. So in the combat phase, Dark Shroud only attacks to applies to shooting attacks. So how's he? He wants to kill both, so he can consolidate in to my guys. So how are we going to split our attacks?
Okay, so I'm going to put the...
We're going to...
Do they have the same invul?
They don't have any invuln. Neither of them have an invuln.
I'm going to put the Impaler Chainglaive into the Apothecary and everything else into the Librarian.
Okay.
On the back. So first of all, the Impaler Chainglaive. So it's 4 attacks base. Because of Hateful Assault, it's 5. And Death to the False Emperor, because it's Imperium as
yes.
well. 2, 4, 5. Hitting on 2s, but no rerolling.
1 False Emperor.
Yep.
So an extra attack.
An additional attack.
Yep. So that is
6.
I always love it. But so 5 attacks, 6 hits.
Yeah.
Always love attacks. That's strength.
It's ×2 on the charge, so it'd be strength 8.
So wounding on 3s. That is only 2 wounds.
Oh dear.
What's the AP?
-2.
Okay. Is that okay? What's the damage?
I'm going to use a command point.
How many damage is it?
It's D3.
D3, so I've got 5 wounds, so yeah, probably worthwhile using a CP. Which you do, so that is 3 wounds. So that's a whole lot of other attacks, because I was just seeing what CPs I want to use. So -2 you said?
-2.
So 5 up save. And I fail, I don't make any of them. I don't think that's worth the CP re-roll though.
So it's 3D3.
Yeah.
So it's 2, 3, 4.
That's only 4 and you've used your CP already. So he has 1 wound remaining unfortunately. Which is disappointing because you won't be able to consolidate into my Black Knights now. But we'll do the rest of the attacks on the Librarian and see if you can at least kill him off. Rest of the fight phase, the Lord Discordant doing 3 wounds in total on the Librarian and 4 wounds in total on the Ravenwing Apothecary, who does have 5 remaining. 3 attacks from the Apothecary. He does not have a Corvus Hammer, despite how I've modelled him. So he will be hitting on 3s, re-rolling thanks to Samael. All hits. Wounding on 5s. Re-rolling 1s thanks to the Talon Master, so that is 1 wound, no AP.
1, 2, make it.
He makes the save. Sorry, I forgot his extra attack there due to Shock Assault. The Librarian now has 4 attacks thanks to Shock Assault, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s thanks to Samael, because he's not Ravenwing, he doesn't get full rerolls. Wounding on 5s. That is 3 wounds at AP -3, so 3 5-up saves. Could kill him here.
Makes 2.
Makes 2, that's D3 damage. 3, that's enough to kill him, unfortunately, so that is the Disco Lord dead. That was
pathetic.
That was pretty unfortunate, I'll say. I would fully expect him to kill the Apothecary and consolidate into the Black Knights to tie them up. That would have really hurt. Although I was confident the Black Knights could kill him off with their attacks, but even so, it was going to hurt. So, at the end of the phase, end of the turn, I don't need a morale check because I only lost 2 there. You are holding an objective, you are scoring a point, and you got a mark for death on my Black Knights.
Yeah.
So that will be 3 points at the Black Knights turn 3. So good position, I think, for the Ravenwing at this point. Quite unfortunate, I think, for the Black Legion at the moment. I would have expected the Lord Discordant to do a bit more, and had Abaddon got in, it would have been a real mess.
Yeah.
That was a really unfortunate denial for me. Well, a really fortunate denial for me, very unfortunate for Khyl, which we were not expecting. But
that's what it is.
It is the Super Smite. So we'll come back with the movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. End of my movement phase, I advance the Black Knights to get my invuln using Intractable. Do I get to keep it? I don't, unfortunately. So I'm down out of my command points and I don't get to use Weapons of the Dark Age, unfortunately. The 3 land speeders staying where they are, just rotating for aesthetics. The Dark Shroud advancing, the other units moving up to here as well. Over here, scouts breaking cover to grab the objective there. And the intercessors moving up. Those intercessors staying in place and the bikers moving up to try and secure this objective as well. So I will get another engineer's point on turn 3 for this unit here, and I am holding an objective. At the end of my phase, the apothecary, apothecary, that's the thing, is going to attempt to heal himself. D3 point, D3 wounds. He gets back 2. So he is only taking 2 wounds at the moment. So if I can keep those characters alive for longer, that would be pretty nice for me. Dark Shroud advancing yet again. Psychic phase, let's do an aversion on... Who do I want to go for? I'm thinking the Obliterators, but in all honesty, that reroll with Abaddon is really not doing much for your minuses. Well, it's making you do more rerolls. Let's put the aversion onto the Obliterators just in case they survive my volley. So let's do that. That's a double 1. That's a Perils, and I have no CP left. And 2 mortal wounds. That's a dead librarian, unfortunately. Ow! That is going to hurt. Ow! This is going to be D3 mortal wounds for everyone within 6. This is going to hurt. So the apothecary takes 3. The apothecary dies as well. Samael takes 1. Oh, so that gives you 2 headhunter points.
Yeah.
Ouch. This was not what I was expecting. Unfortunately, I'm out of CP now. The Black Knights take 2, so that's enough to kill 1. And the Dark Shroud takes 3. Ow, that could not have gone worse.
How many is the Dark Shroud?
He's got 9 remaining. So that is going to give you an extra 2 kills, taking you up to 3, and it's going to give you 2 headhunter points, which is going to be pretty brutal for me, I must say. That is not ideal. My plan... see, the lack of CP is really telling, because I could not re-roll that, and I was going to throw a cheeky smite. So, obviously, the effort of blocking the Psyker, the Chaos Psyker from Warp Timing, has overloaded my poor librarian's mind, and he has killed himself and taking a good chunk of my characters with him, unfortunately. So we'll come back. I'm going to have a little cry for a minute, and then we'll come back with the shooting phase for the Dark Angels. Sorry, I just needed a minute there after my Psyker really just wrecked my battle plan and gave you... I thought, oh, this is going to be a great opportunity to take the lead. No, he's just going to cause complete havoc and give you 2 extra points and maybe even kill more in this phase, which is going to be brutal.
It's the warp.
It really is the warp. So we will start. We are going to put the slightly depleted Black Knights. Sorry, just composing myself. We're going to overcharge the Black Knights into the Obliterators, because I have to deal with them, methinks. So hitting on 3s, because I used my last CP on my ability. I should have just left the Librarian alone. So 3s to hit. That's first one hits, second one reroll. He's good. Third one hits, fourth one hits. Toughness 5?
Yeah.
So wounding on 3s, and I didn't move the Talon Master, so I'm not going to get rerolls foolishly. It's alright. 2, 4. That is 6 at -3.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 ups. Oh, it's not bad.
That is 4.
4.
So that is 2 dead.
Have I used the CP?
You have not used it in this phase, no.
I've got them to burn.
Yep.
So I've still got 5 left now. So.
Nope. So
okay.
2 die and you get it back. No, you've already got it back this phase.
Already got one back.
So that is fine.
Yeah. 2
will die.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with. So the rest of the shooting phase, what I'm thinking is the Stormbolters from Samael go into the guys here, because you didn't get your Feel No Pain off, you only got your Invuln off, and his Plasma Cannon is going to go into the last Obliterator, and I think I'm going to put the firepower from these guys will probably be going into the cultists to try and wipe them out, although annoyingly I forgot when I was moving them to keep Samael in range in order to use their rerolls. That's a mistake on my part, but we'll see what effect it will have. Rest of the shooting phase, the land speeders all firing in at the cultists along with Samael, and the intercessor squad here taking them down to 4 remaining. The intercessors and the bikers, firing in at the Chaos Space Marines here. However, some terrible hit rolls with the bikers. I think less than half hit, doing no damage. Killing a couple. These scouts here, actually, I need to check to see if they've line of sight to the cultists. I doubt it, so I don't think they're going to be shooting anything. But we will move then into the charges once I've decided what I'm doing. Scouts have no range on anyone, so I am going to charge in with the Black Knights to the cultists here, which probably means Abaddon is going to be able to heroically intervene, but if I don't kill off this unit, he's just going to bring them back with Tide of Traitors, so I really need to finish them off, and if I roll high enough with my charge I can get round and out of range of them, which would be nice. So
okay, so 8 shots on 6s.
1 hit so far. 1 hit, 5 to wound. He does a wound. 3 up save. Yes, they are good. And my charge distance will be 10. 10's probably enough to get round and stay out of
but how are you going
range.
To move through the models and gaps there?
They
don't have the fly keyword.
I don't have the fly keyword, but I can get through the gap there, so I can move round. I'll see. We'll measure up and I'll see if I can get through. So fortunately, that high charge move allows me to make it so that Abaddon will not be able to heroically intervene while keeping in range of Samael to do some damage. Bikers are not going to charge because, well, should they? It would stop you. You need to fall back. It would shut down some firepower. Unfortunately, this Obliterator is still alive to do some damage. I wonder if it's worth Samael going a long bomb on your dude here, which would be quite pleasant, because you only have a pistol shot. So yeah, we'll see if Samael can go in. It's unlikely, but I might be able to do some damage to him. Bikers did decide to charge in, taking no damage in Overwatch. We will then start with the Black Knights going into the cultists. I will not pile in with him, so I can keep him in range, although I can pile in that way and get my attacks with the Black Knights to hopefully wipe out the cultists. So that's going to be 13 attacks thanks to the Shock Assault, hitting on 3s with full rerolls thanks to Samael, wounding on 3s because they're strength 5. Could have gone better. 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds. I'm not in range of the Talon Master, so that is going to be 8 wounds, 5 up Invuns. Nope, that's enough to wipe the squad, fortunately.
Yep.
So that is going to be a dead squad, and there's no point consolidating in because you're going to do some damage to me next turn, I imagine. So, I think that's... Oh no, we'll do the other bite combat over here and let you know how that gets on. this combat, I managed to kill one Chaos Space Marine and I took a wound myself. So at the end of my phase, I killed 2 units.
Yeah.
I killed the Lord Discordant and I killed the Cultists, unfortunately not killing the Obliterators. So we'll work out what the score is. I do get a... What do you call it?
Engineers.
Engineers. I do get another Headhunter.
I got a recon.
I got a recon because I've got a unit in 4 quadrants. I do get kill 1. I do get hold 1. We are tied for holding, and you got kill more. Thanks to me.
Yeah.
Thanks to my stupid librarian killing himself. You do get kill more. So we'll work out the points for turn 3. At the end of turn 3 for the Raven Wing, it's 14 points to the Dark Angels and 12 points to the Black Legion. Movement phase, Chaos Space Marines falling back from combat. The Jump Lord moving up on on Samael. The Obliterator moving up to grab it there. The Terminator, Sorcerer, advancing to get into 3 inches of Abaddon, probably for warp time, to ensure the charge goes off. And the Dark Apostle moving back slightly towards here. So we'll move into the psychic phase. And if your librarian could kill himself, a la my librarian, because you've already taken 2 wounds from your perils before on your Super Smite. What's he casting?
Delightful Agonies on Abaddon. Reroll the 1 because of his Warlord trait.
And he passes. I can't block it.
Okay, so that's 5 up, feel no pain for Abaddon.
Yep.
No. And then he's going to cast Warp Time. Yep, 7. Goes off on a 6.
Yep.
So he is just going to move
towards the Dark Shroud?
Towards the Dark Shroud.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to start off. The Obliterator is going to fire into the Black Knights. He will be at -1 to hit, and they do have a 4-up invuln.
Yeah, I'm going to just roll my damage characteristics. So strength 6 plus
strength 9,
AP
2. This is the big one. 1.
I'm going to use a CP to reroll.
Yeah. And it's still 1. That's a good result for me. Do you keep your CP for a new turn? You do? Oh, it doesn't. That has not worked out for me, which would have been great if it did, because I really needed that reroll. But you have now 6 shots, hitting on 4s with no rerolls, because Abaddon is now out of range. That is 3 hits, sorry. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds.
-2.
4-up invuln on my Black Knights. Of course! So 1 does die to that volley, unfortunately. I do have 1 reroll left thanks to my Warlord, but I'm not... Probably going to have to save it for Samael. So let us keep it there. We'll do the rest of the shooting and see what damage can be caused with the Black. End of the shooting phase, not much happening. 4 of the squad here firing at the Black Knights, doing a wound, but I made my armour. Over here, missile launcher failing to do anything, and doing 2 wounds with the bolters, but I made my armour saves. So pretty lacklustre shooting phase.
I'm going to use Endless Cacophony.
Okay.
That last Obliterator.
Yeah, so he's spending his 2 CP, so he's down to 3.
I've already regained 1.
Yeah.
So
Which
strength 8, AP
2
-2.
doesn't matter. 3 damage. Oh, this was where it could be tasty. You are still -1 to hit though.
Yep, so 4s.
Oh, 2 hits. 3s to wound. And that's pretty much a wasted 2 CP, unfortunately. So, charge phase.
Yeah, so
what are we thinking? Who's going where?
the Chain Lord is going to go into Samael.
Yep. After checking, only 1 can see Abaddon. He is going to overcharge, because if I kill myself, it makes your charge longer. Rerolling, thanks to Samael. No, he does get 1 hit though, he doesn't kill himself. Fails to wound though, on a 1, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Lord can't really fail, and Abaddon gets to go
See,
7. That's enough. There, okay.
And then the sorcerer.
Then the sorcerer's going to go in.
Yeah.
6 attacks for Baden into the Black Knights.
7 hitting on.
Oh, sorry, 7.
With hateful assault is 7.
7 hitting on 2s with rerolls. Yeah, he misses 1 and he gets no death to the false emperor. I mean, it's probably not going to do much good.
He gets it on a 5 up because of his warlord trait. Actually,
okay then.
Everyone within 6 inches.
Okay then, this is going to hurt. No,
okay, so
one more.
Back to 6.
Back to
7.
Back to 7. Strength 8, I presume?
10.
Okay, so it's 3s anyway. Oh no, 2s. 2s, that makes a difference. And that is all. Minus
4. Minus 4.
So, how much damage each?
D3.
So, yep, they all go through. Let's roll them one at a time. First one's dead. Second one is dead. Third one is dead, regardless. So that is a dead unit of Black Knights. That is marked for your final mark for death point. And 1 kill so far. We'll then move on to your Lord. Is going to be attacking.
Yep. So he has 4 base. Plus 2 for the relic chainsword and plus 1 for hateful assault, so 7 again. I'm going to use veterans of the long war on him, so I'm down to 2 CP.
Yep.
Can't get any back. So 7 says 2s, we roll in 1s. Okay, good job. Oh, the death to the false emperor. 2 of them. Okay, so that is 8 hits of 7 attacks.
Yep.
Not bad.
Wounding strength?
Strength 4, so 5s plus
1's 4s.
4s. Mortal wounds on 5s and 6s.
Oh. Which you get 1, I believe.
1 mortal wound.
So is that in addition?
Yeah, that's in addition.
And what damage does this do?
This does, it's minus 2 D3.
It's D3 each.
So 4 have gone through.
So 4 have gone through. I have 4 up Invan with Samael. What's the AP?
Minus 2.
Oh yes, I don't think I don't have a 2 up armor save. Doesn't matter anyway if I did. 4s. I get a free reroll thanks to my warlord trait for an armor save. I think I'm going to use that right now. And I block it, so that's D3 only.
Okay, how many wounds?
I believe he has 6, but we'll double check.
Okay, so he's taken 1.
He's taken 1.
Oh.
4. He's taken 4 in total. I believe he has 6 remaining. We'll double check. Well, it doesn't matter. He's at least got 5. He's got more than the normal guy, I assume. And I will do my attacks back with Samael. So Samael does have 6 wounds. He has 2 remaining. After that, he gets 6 attacks now, thanks to the shock assault, hitting on 2s with rerolls. Doesn't need them. Wounding on 3s because he's strength 5, thanks to his raven sword. That is 4 wounds at AP minus 3. I assume you have a 4 up Invan. Each of these does 2 damage, so he takes 2 damage on your disco, on your lord.
To 3.
He's down to 3 remaining. That is fine. And we will. So at the end of that, you get 1 point for mark for death. You killed a unit, and you are holding an objective. Yeah. So that's going to be 3 points so far, and you did manage to kill 1 unit. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to kill 2 if I have any hope of doing some damage here. 2. Starting my turn, I'll get an engineer's point here. Samael falling back towards here to give them the rerolls as they did not move. Hoping to put some firepower into his characters here. The Dark Shroud advancing to contest this objective to give me score more. Bikers moving round out of line of sight of all but this unit here, while the intercessors stay in place to make use of bolter drill against this unit here and get my rerolls of 1 to hit. So no psychic phase. I'm hoping I haven't moved any of these units, so I get my full rerolls. Hoping I've got enough firepower. I can't target the librarian. Hoping to take out the captain at least. Let's measure up and double check. Before I finish, let's measure up and double check that I can actually target that captain and Abaddon to do some damage. Yep, measuring up, they're all good for targeting the characters, both Abaddon and the captain, without moving. So let's start with Samael. He fell back, but he can still shoot thanks to his jet bike. The plasma cannon, getting 3 shots, hitting on 3s at the captain. The Chaos Lord, I should say. Don't sully the name of captains. Wounding on 3s. Re-rolling for the Talon Master. That's 2 wounds. 4 up in 1. He takes 1. So he's down to 2 remaining. We will start then with the land speeder. One of the land speeders into him. So let's roll these all together because it doesn't make a difference. I'm wounding you on 3s and it's the same AP. So hitting on 3s with rerolls. Thanks to Samael. All hit. Wounding on 3s with rerolls of 1. More 2s than I'd like. So that is 5 wounds, AP -1.
Okay.
If you could statistically fail 2 of these, that would be marvellous.
Fail
And you
2.
do.
Yeah.
You fail 3. In fact, so even a CP reroll would not help there. So that is a dead captain and a kill 1 and a headhunter point for me at the moment. And we'll do, what I'll do is I'll do the rest of my shooting over here with the intercessors and the bikers, and we'll come back for the main event going into Abaddon to see if I can do some damage to him. Rest of the shooting phase, the intercessors and the bikers managed to take out this Havoc squad here. Kinda wishing I hadn't moved them off the objective now, but I have, it doesn't matter. The 3 intercessors here actually firing at the obliterator, doing 3 wounds, and Khyl failed 3 saves, but used a CP reroll to make 1 of them, so he's left on 1 wound remaining. All that's left to fire are the units going into Abaddon. So I wonder if it's worth rolling these together. Nah, let's do them separately, just in case. Although, I don't think I've got any other range. No, I can see the Chaos Space Marines, so we'll do the rolls for the Talon Master first. He is toughness 5, so we'll be doing the red dice will be the Heavy Bolter for the Talon Master. The black dice are, the black dice are the Assault Cannon. Hitting on 3s with rerolls. Because I did not move and Samael is right there. So that's, I needed the Assault Cannons to go through. 3s for the black dice, 4s for the red dice, rerolling 1s. That's more 2s than I'd like, but not too shabby. A first volley, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 wounds at AP -1, so he's got a 2-up save, I imagine.
Yeah.
So 12, 3-ups. If you could fail more than statistic number, that would be quite nice. No, you'd make it just statistically, so that is 4 wounds taken so far. How many does he have?
He has 8.
He has 8 wounds! Holy crap. So, probably not going to kill him, but could hurt him real bad.
Oh, he also has the 5-up feel no pain.
He does, so that's... Oh, I did not realise that. No, from what? Just the standard?
Yeah, the Delightful Agonies that I cast on him last turn.
Oh, I thought it was on the Obliterator. That's fine.
Yeah.
So 5-ups. Doesn't make any though. So we will put the last of the firepower from the other land speeder into him. Same again. So he's taking 4 wins. If I get lucky, it's incredibly lucky, I'll finish him off. I'm probably not going to get that lucky. It's good start at least. 3s on the black, 4s on the reds. Rerolling 1s, too many 2s there. So that is 2, 4, 6. If you could fail all of these again, please, that would be wonderful.
This is -1 again.
This is -1 again. So, oh, you do fail 4.
So
oh dear.
Feel no pain. I used
You've used the CP already.
So I need a 5.
He's alive on a single wound. Oh, I was honestly not expecting to do that much damage to him. That's without your delightful agonies, he would be well dead. So, at the end of that phase, you killed 1 unit. Well, so I killed 2 units. I killed the Lord, and I killed the unit of Chaos Space Marines over there. So I get my point for my kill. I'm holding an objective. I'm holding more objectives. I killed more, and I get a headhunter and a recon and a engineer. So we'll total up the points and come back to you with that. So a very good turn for the Dark Angels there. Sees it being 21 points to the Dark Angels to 15 for the Black Legion. However, next turn I'm likely to max out on engineers. I will max out on engineers. I might max out on recon. If I get lucky, I'll max out on headhunter. But headhunter's still looking good for the Black Legion. Still got Abaddon. Took a pummeling that turn, unfortunately. But still, see if there's some fight in this Chaos Lord, or is he going to fall back and go into some relative safety from the enemy firepower. We'll see what the Black Legion decide to do on their 5th. Yes, turn 5 for the Black Legion. Movement phase, Abaddon moving up, the Sorcerer Lord advancing to join him, and everyone else staying where they are. The Obliterators and the Priest, the Dark Apostle, managing to get his power off. Psychic phase, what are we going for?
I'm going to have to cast Delightful Agonies again.
Yep.
So it's a 6.
That goes off.
And then Warp Time.
Yep.
And just to make sure. Yeah.
Ooh, I was waiting for that double 6 there. So he's going to move up towards the Talon Master?
Yeah, that's right.
You think he's going to go after my Warlord?
Another 6.
Abaddon does not sit back and allow others to do the job for him, even on 1 wound remaining.
Yeah.
So, shooting phase, what are we going to start with?
Okay. I'm going to shoot the Obliterator into the Dark Shroud.
Okay, -1 to hit.
Yep, so the characteristics are Strength 7, AP -3, damage 3.
Oh, this could hurt. You only need 2 to go through to destroy it.
Okay.
So you're -1, so hitting on 4s.
6, hitting on 4s.
3 hit. 3's to wound because I'm toughness 6. 2 wounds. I get a 4 up invuln
3.
because I advanced onto the objective. I take 3 wounds, so I am down to 3 remaining. Horus into the Talon Master, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You can target him, so he's in range.
Yep, so it'll be 4 shots.
Hitting on 2s.
Yep.
I'll hit. Wounding on 5s. That's 2 wounds.
-1, D3.
-1, I have no invuln. 1 goes through.
1.
For 1 damage. So that's 1 wound on the Talon Master.
Okay.
We'll do the rest of the shooting and see what the Black Legion can do. Rest of the shooting phase, the squad in the centre, splitting the fire between the Intercessors and the Dark Shroud simply because all couldn't see the Intercessors, failing to get through the armour. 2 wins in the Intercessors, but I saved. The Sorcerer, who advanced, firing at the Dark Shroud thanks to the Black Legion rules. They treated as assault but failed to do any hits. He was considering spending 2 CP on Endless Cacophony, but then I did advise him he might want to hold on to them for Abaddon for some armour saves here. So we'll be moving into the charge phase. We'll be putting a charge in at the Talon Master.
Just in the Talon
Just the Talon Master. He was considering going for it as Samael as well, but I think that would have been a tall order. Overwatch fire into Abaddon from the Talon Master. Same again. Oh, no hits so far, but thanks to my rerolls from Samael, hopefully we'll get a few this time. That is 2 hits. Ow, that was you know what? I can't complain because my luck's been pretty good so far. So 4s for the red. I get to reroll 1 of these. 1 wound at AP -1.
3 up.
He makes it. Oh, I really thought you were in trouble there with him.
Right.
But
he's going to be in.
He's going to be in an 11.
Yep.
They're okay?
Yeah.
And I will heroically intervene with Samael to hopefully finish him off in combat, seeing as he cannot be attacked. So we will bounce straight into the... Oh, do you want to do any charges over here? With the Obliterator?
Yeah.
You've got the...
Yeah, I'm going to charge the dog.
Okay, I will do my Heavy Bolter shots. Nothing at all, so he makes it in.
Was there no way that Abaddon could be moved in there without Samael intervening? Because it looks like there's a lot of space.
We'll double check that. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we double checked. He was able to move in slightly this way to get in round here. So I cannot heroically intervene when I was there, which that's fine. So we'll do the attacks from Abaddon into my Talmaster, which I really should have gone for the Eye of the Unseen relic to make you strike last.
We've not done your Overwatch on the...
I did, I just rolled it.
Oh, did you?
I rolled it, I didn't get any hits.
Okay, alright.
So,
so yeah,
15 attacks with Abaddon.
So it is 7. So 2's re-rolling.
So 7 attacks for Abaddon. That's quite a lot of death to the False Emperors.
That's 3 extra attacks.
I think my Talmaster is exceedingly dead. Toughness
10.
Strength 10. I believe I'm toughness 6. So only wounding on 3s. Oh,
okay.
-4.
Yep,
that's enough to kill me. Anyway, so yeah, your plan worked out, but on a 6, I do blow up. I blow up. You will get your 5 up save.
Yeah, so do you want,
and I would down to 1 wound on. It only does a single wound.
It's just a single
wound.
wound.
It's just a single wound. You fail.
I'm gonna have to use that one of those command points.
No, Abaddon. You kill my warlord, but then I slay yours right back.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. So I'll take a wound on each of these land speeders, in addition to Samael going down to 1 wound. Wow, that was quite an ending. We'll do the Obliterator combat off camera and come back. Combat over here, both flailed at one another. Khyl doing 3 hits, but then failing to get a single wound on a 4 up. And then surprisingly, Landspeeder's pretty good in combat. Hit on 3s, but I failed to do any damage either. So both warlords killed one another. Abaddon through a sheer feat of strength, and the Talmaster because he likes to blow up. So I am okay with that, actually. So that was quite a turn. At the end of his turn, Khyl will get Slay the Warlord, Headhunter, he'll max out Headhunter, kill 1 and hold 1, taking him up to 19 points. And we will see what the what the remaining Ravenwing and Dark Angels can do. My Samael's currently on a single wound remaining, but I may as well throw him in because he's maxed out Headhunter anyway. So we'll see what else I'm going to get in my turn 5. Movement phase, the land speeders moving back to be able to target the Obliterator after the Dark Shroud falling back. Samael moving up with his single wound remaining to try and take on this Sorcerer. The Bikers moving around onto this objective. If I can kill the Obliterator, I will have 5 points to 5 objectives to score the bonus point as well. And the other units staying in place to lay down some Bolter Discipline on the units here and get my rerolls. So we will start with the shooting phase and we will put Samael into the Sorcerer, who's remaining. Oh, actually no, we'll start to see if I can kill the Obliterator. We'll start with the Dark Shroud into the Obliterator, hitting on 4s because I moved. 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound at -1.
On 3 up, make it.
He's good. We'll put Samael into him, so plasma cannon. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound only at -3.
1 5 up.
Oh, and he makes it. And the storm bolters. 4, 6, 8 shots, hitting on 2s. Twin storm bolter for Samael. Re-rolling thanks to himself. That is 7 hits. And wounding on 5s, thanks to your enhanced toughness. That is 3 with no AP.
Okay, 3 2-ups.
Oh, he's good, he's good. Like, let's see, we'll put the other firepower from my other squads into them and see if I can kill them off. End of my shooting phase, one of the land speeders was able to finish off the obliterator. And then my rolls turned horrendous. The other one managing to do no wounds at all on the... didn't even get a wound, never mind making saves, on the sorcerer. The bikers and the intercessors firing in here, again doing horrendous rolls but managing to kill 1. So in the charge phase I've killed 1 unit so far. So I think this is entirely stupid, but let's charge in with Samael. Let's do what you did. Okay. Let's charge in with Samael to the sorcerer.
Yep.
No hits, so he will be in. That is fine. Let us do our 6 attacks, hitting on 2s with rerolls. Wounding on 2s because of I'm ×2 strength when I charge. That is 5 wounds at AP -3, so 5 5-ups, 2 damage apiece.
Almost.
He goes, he does die. So, that will do it for me. I will get kill a unit, hold an objective.
Maxed out headhunter.
I've already maxed out headhunter. I will get recon. I'll get hold more, and I'll get a bonus point for holding 5 objectives. And how many units did you kill?
Just the 1.
Just the 1, so I've killed 3, so I will get the bonus point. So we'll come back with the score for the end of turn 5. The end of turn 5, it's 19 points to Khyl's Black Legion and 29 to the Dark Angels. I have, however, maxed out all my secondaries, so I won't be getting that anymore. I think you, unfortunately, have not been able to max out the secondaries as we go into turn 6 with Samael left on a single wound. Let's see if you can do some damage to him. Quick turn for this, the Dark Apostle moving up towards the Dark Shroud. The squad here firing into the Dark Shroud but failing to do any damage. We're now going to do a charge from the Dark Apostle, I assume. Yep. Needing a 4-inch charge to get in. Man, could it get... That's a 3 for those that can't see with the dice glare.
I've got
could it get any worse? And that's a 1. Oh, I feel terrible. That's a failed charge on the Dark Apostle, but no Overwatch damage. Oh, wow, your luck has just turned around completely.
That was a great...
Do you keep the CP?
I mean... No.
You don't, so you're down to 1.
No,
okay.
That was the last one.
So quick turn, you don't hold 1, you don't kill 1. So, you do hold 1, sorry, you don't kill 1. So that is 1 point, and you're not going to get Line Breaker, unfortunately.
No, I'm not.
So, we'll just call it there, because you're 10 points behind, or sorry.
Yeah, you'll probably get kill 1.
I'll get, yeah.
Max out the holding.
Unfortunately so. Thanks for the game.
Yeah. Good game.
Good pleasure. We'll come back to you with some after battle thoughts. So that's a win for the Dark Angels. So thanks to Khyl for a great game.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it. It was. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I did. It was good fun.
I do like playing the ITC missions. There's something a bit different.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I really do.
Unfortunately, in this case, I honestly didn't know how this was going to go, because your list, you had the Lords Discordant, I think, who were tough.
Yeah.
Abaddon, who's an absolute beast, but
Abaddon killed everything he came into contact. He never even got around to using his second weapon. The boost.
No, he didn't have to. I mean, in all honesty, that game was insane.
Yeah.
There were a few standout moments for me. My librarian killing himself, because I was quite far ahead.
It would have been an even bigger margin of victory without that happening.
Him blowing up, taking out the apothecary, brought you back into it. Then Abaddon surviving an absolute hail of Overwatch fire to charge in on one wound, kill off my Talon Master Warlord, and then exploded and killed him off with your rerolls. Your dice were hot to start with, and then they went ice cold. You failed a 4-inch charge. You failed a 5+5+.
That advance with the obliterators when everything was going to be in range and I was going to get to spend all my CP on them. That really hurt. The 2 wins in a row. I definitely made some mistakes. I should have just thrown the Lord Discordant straight in your face turn 1.
I think when I saw where you'd placed them, that stratagem, I think, helped win me the game. Allowing me to move after fighting basically blocked them both in. What I perhaps might not have done would be shoot at the Ravenwing Sword, because your Lord Discordant was going to wipe the bikers in combat.
Yeah.
Might have been worth leaving them alone, putting your firepower elsewhere. And then, but the way the board was, there wasn't much you could see.
No,
was the other issue?
Because they were so far in that zone, and I wanted to get the obliterators down and have them in range of Abaddon for the next turn, and then so that they could move up, which is what I ended up failing to do. I put them there, and then everything was. Your positioning was really good on that side.
It did. I mean, the terrain helped a lot. There's a lot of line of sight block in this, which was nice. Your obliterators as well, I was surprised. I might have been inclined to send them after my deployment zone.
My plan was to tide of traitors into your deployment zone if you didn't kill those cultists. I was going to put them back here.
Well, I don't think you would have got them behind because I was screening you out a little. But the obliterators, certainly on turn 2, or even saving them to turn 3, you might have got them into my deployment zone. Had you put them over this side of the table, even if they were out in front, they would have killed the intercessors who were back here. I'm not sure you could have deployed them on the bikers. You might have had to wait till turn 3, but that's waiting a lot.
Yeah.
But had you put the obliterators on this flank, they would have obliterated, as their name suggests, they would have taken out my intercessors, probably the scouts, got into my deployment zone.
Maybe took you off multiple objectives.
Took me off multiple objectives over the course of the game. I wouldn't have probably brought the plasma back to deal with them, because it would have taken me at least 2 turns to get into you. So I think that would have kept them safe.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
When you were, the problem was when you deep struck them into your deployment zone, I thought you're not getting line breaker. So that means you're only maxing out on, as it was for old school, you only got 1 point.
Yeah.
You only got Warlord. You missed out on First Blood, quite unluckily, I would say. It was, by all accounts, your Havoc should have at least caused a good bit of damage to my bike squad.
Yeah, there's a bit of whiffing on, I think.
I had some really good saves. I think I made, you did like 8-10 wounds and I failed 1 save, which was brutal. You got quite unlucky there. You weren't getting line breaker.
No.
And you might have got Last Blood, but you did get Warlord. So I think, in terms of secondaries, I think mine were okay. In the end, I did max them all out, so I got lucky.
Headhunter.
I got engineers. I killed 4 characters, and I got recon for 4 turns.
I think recon's an auto take with the bikes.
Yes, yeah. I wonder. Engineers might have been okay for you
on the 2 Space Marine squads. I have done that previously.
I mean, you're losing out on some firepower, but
they did nothing.
They really didn't do anything the whole game, unfortunately. So I think Headhunter was a good shout because I did have quite a few squishy characters.
Yeah, Marks for Death was a good shout. That paid off.
You had some good luck. But then when you needed it, like the Lord Discordant failing to kill the Apothecary.
Yeah.
Had you killed... Yeah.
Well, that was also a mistake. I should have used Demon Forge then as well. And I would have re-rolled those wound rules.
We realised that after.
Yeah.
Also, what I was surprised about was when you didn't charge the cultists into the Land Speeders or the Black Knights. I thought tying up the Black Knights to stop them shooting because I didn't have enough CP left to fall back and shoot. I might have killed a bunch, but I don't think I would have killed them all.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember looking at the land speeders and thinking, when they can fly. So
but in fairness, I get why there was a lot of firepower, especially with Samuel's full rerolls.
Yeah.
There was a lot, and I might have actually killed quite a few.
I think I gambled a turn too long on the Tide of Traitors, and I probably should have used that a turn before. Don't
get me wrong, some stuff really went your way and equally didn't. Some stuff equally, like me denying warp time on an 11 when you rolled it on a 10 that would have got Abaddon on a turn 2 charge into the Black Knights, and he would have shredded them, as we saw, which would have turned the game. Because I wouldn't have had enough firepower to take out your Lord Discordant or your Obliterators. He made a great charge against the Talonmaster, but equally, my Librarian killed himself.
Yeah, I think that was a huge.
Overall, my refused flank seemed to work quite well. It shut down your firepower. Don't get me wrong, I got incredibly lucky against the Lord Discordants with that stratagem. If it wasn't for that stratagem, it would have been a very different game, I think, because I wouldn't have been able to block them in.
Yeah.
Or had you decided not to deploy them together.
I think first mistake I made was in deployment with the position of the Rhino on that flank.
Yeah.
There. I was trying to alternate and wait to see which flank you put the majority of your bikes and land speeders on. But you had quite a lot of drops to make.
I did actually. I was able to hold back most of my armour to see where you put the prime units, which
I was trying to delay it, and then it came to a point where I was like, I'm gonna have to pick a side.
It's been so long since I played alternating deployment since Chapter Approved came out. I do. Sometimes it's useful. Also. I was going to say you're not getting the first turn. You lost the roll off first turn, but you did seize.
I did.
And I was like, but you didn't have the firepower to capitalise. Unfortunately, due to poor rolling on your part and great rolling on mine. What I quite enjoyed was the Fortress Redemption. My Intercessors one side and your Chaos Marines the other side, who basically couldn't shoot one another and just had a sort of sit off.
That's the problem with it. It's a bit of an awkward shape.
It's great. I mean, in this edition, you need line of sight.
Yeah.
You need line of sight. So I think your cultists actually did a lot of work.
Yeah.
With the rerolls from Abaddon, their firepower's decent. The 5-up is brutal. I put like 3-4 units into them and killed 4.
I know.
It wasn't until you didn't put that on, and I had enough assault cannon fire and heavy bolter fire to hurt them.
Yeah. I think if you're taking cultists, which I want to take more of, the Dark Apostle is really important for the 5-up pinball.
I think your army could do with a bit more mobility. The Obliterators, I think, had you sent the Obliterators after my backline, I would have been far more concerned because I wouldn't have had a way to deal with them easily unless I split the plasma, which meant your Lord Discordants would have run rampant. I might not have been able to kill them off had I had to go after the Obliterators. So I think that would have been a better play.
Yeah.
I think it would have caused me real problems. It would have. You probably would have cleared my intercessors, maybe even my scouts off the objectives, and that would have hurt me because you would have been scoring hold more, quite a lot, and getting kill more. Even though my scout units didn't do much, they were racking up the engineer points.
Yeah, I always think with the Obliterators that they're not that mobile with the 4-inch move, but they do have assault weapons. And you
can Endless Cacophony target? Do you have to target the same unit, or can you target a separate? Okay, in that case, Endless Cacophony would have probably wiped both my intercessor squads.
Probably.
They were. Don't get me wrong, you rolled great for them. The 3 damage almost every turn was brutal. Apart from against that one time with the Black Knights.
Yeah.
But the AP would have been more useful against the intercessors. The Black Knights were getting the jinx saves.
Yeah.
But I think you would have shredded both units' intercessors to take me off 2 objectives, and I really wouldn't have had much to counter. Although, as saying that, you probably would have had to wait till turn 3 to bring them in, because my bikes and intercessors were blocking you on that flank.
Yeah.
But it might have been worth it in the long game.
Probably.
Because when they came in, all they did was really they killed 1 unit of Black Knights, which you're probably going to do anyway with your army.
You'd had such a strong turn 1 with that plasma that I felt the need to drop them there and try and whittle that blob down. That's
what the Black Knights do. They aren't the toughest, but that plasma, combine Weapons of the Dark Age and full rerolls from Samael, you can't ignore them. No. 3 damage a piece is brutal. Yeah. It's really strong. But anyway, thanks to Khyl for a game. We'll need to get another one. I think get your he's got a really nice Death Guard army. I hope you've been able to see some of the paint jobs he's done on these. They're really nice. But you know you only lost because you don't have a fully painted army yet.
That's why. Yeah, that's why the dice betrayed me when I needed them.
Yep. So we'll hopefully get you on again, either with your Chaos. Let's see what your next iteration of the list is going to be.
Yeah.
Or your Death Guard. As I was saying before, my Orcs and Guard have not had a turn out on the board since the Codex came out, basically. So it'll be nice to get them on the table. And do some damage. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that game. It certainly swung both ways. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.